welcome to Advertising Champions. I'm Greg Kirkham, and today I have the privilege of meeting with Lovelyne Armstrong, founder and CEO of Lovelyne Digital. Lovelyne, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me on.
So tell us a little bit about Lovelyne Digital. What have you been up to? Where did you start?
So I've been in the industry for about 5 years. I started in social media marketing back way before the pandemic or during the pandemic. And my experience has grown across advertising and websites. And now this past year, we've just started our company. So we've been working with clients to develop their brands, develop their websites, just make sure that on the back end, everything is running super efficient for them while optimizing their brand, and they have a beautiful brand presence while having no tech issues in the back end.
Beautiful. And so it sounds like you've really leaned into being really the go-to for the branding as well as the websites and things along those lines. What's your unique approach that you would say that you take with each client that you take on?
I think it's just the fact that I don't look at myself as just a numbers marketer or creative marketer. I think we do a really great job of combining those two things and ensuring that all of our processes are super smooth and that the product that the client receives is always going to be in their best interest, is going to work great for their company.
Which I would say is the main thing, right? Especially with providing any sort of value for your clientele. Making sure that you do it
Yeah.
differently, that you take an approach that's going to work for them, versus necessarily having a cookie cutter approach for everybody, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And just simplifying the process, making things easy for them, really.
That's awesome. So as far as with Loveland Digital, where did the idea behind it come from? Was it from previous clients, or was it, I guess, how did it evolve?
Yeah, I think just my experience in the industry and working with so many different clients across very different niches. I've worked in automotive, I've worked in insurance, I've worked with a handful of, different clients in just random areas throughout. And a lot of people face similar issues in that either their content's not performing well because they're not looking into the strategy enough, or their website's doing poorly because the back end is such a mess. And so really working towards setting up their brand for them, and they have something that they're so proud of, while the back end I can handle. I mean, making it easy for them is the biggest thing, and actually getting those results.
Yeah, ultimately, people pay for the results. They want to see those results come to fruition. They don't just want to throw money at the wall, which it sounds like you're really getting in front of it and making sure that people really get the full value from what you're actually offering them. So kudos.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. Value is the best thing. I want my clients to really feel like they took away from something and invested in something that made a difference for them. And I think a purpose behind Lovelyne Digital is just helping our clients. That's a huge thing for us. It makes us feel good. It makes them feel good. Everybody's happy.
That's fantastic. Well, so one thing I like to ask the guests that come on, because each guest has a different perspective, right? And you're here for a reason. What is the one piece of advice that you would give to somebody entering the industry, or somebody that's maybe coming from being a freelancer or working for somebody else and considering starting their own agency?
Really looking at the details. I think that's been the number one thing that I've learned throughout my experience, is just being so detail oriented and making sure what you're doing is producing results. And if it's not, going back and figuring out why and how to fix that, and just learning and growing in that. So looking at the details is huge, whether it's social, whether it's SEO, whether it's your website, whether it's advertising. In everything that you do, you should really be taking the time to ensure that it's working properly.
Awesome. Well, Loveland, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been an absolute pleasure. For anybody that would like to learn more about Loveland Digital or Lovelyne Armstrong, visit digitalchampionstv.com. We've been around for 16 years, working with clients with thousands of clients. We're working with agencies to be able to scale them and grow them and provide them services that would cost them way more than it would for them to do it themselves. Anything oriented around lead generation, video creation, web design, we're full service, so we can really serve most people.